We're here this morning at the Tri-State Gas Engine and Tractor Association Incorporated show in Portland, Indiana. This year they are featuring the Minneapolis Moline tractors and Wisconsin engines, and they also have Empire tractors here. So we're here today. We have a heck of a display. I just flew the drone around. It was very challenging. If you can see all the trees and wires, luckily I didn't crash it. So this morning I'm going to walk around. We got here early and I'm going to try to show you what's here, but there are a lot of tractors. This is a great show. We spent all day yesterday here, 3.5 hours walking through the flea market slash vendor area where it's all tractor parts and different things, and just a lot going on. I didn't do any filming yesterday because we were busy checking this out, my first time being here, but today, this morning I got here early, do some filming before everybody gets here, and I think you're going to be really impressed with what's here at the show. So I'm going to start up here at this corner. The Bergman family out of Fort Recovery, Ohio brought 59 of their tractors up here, and great family, great collectors. The first item in their display up here at this corner is this old Oldsmobile pickup that they have painted up with a trailer with their Moline Universal on the back. So that's a pretty neat setup here. Everybody has enjoyed looking at this truck. Very nicely done truck. And then they brought their A4T 1600. They've got painted yellow Bergman Farms on it. I've seen pictures of them using this out on the farm. Got the 3-point hitch. It's a nice tractor. Next to a 1350. The cab on it. This is going to take a while. There's a lot of tractors here. And they got a picture on the front of it. Got a 1050 here, and I think this is the one that Wesley just got done restoring. Very nicely done. It's a 71. Maybe this is not that one, but they've got multiples here. Another 1050. And then a 950. And next to a G1000 Vista front wheel assist.
Opening ceremonies at 9 a.m. A little under 25 minutes from now.
They got speakers just started. Always makes it hard to talk when he's talking, but he does a great job. That's a nice looking Vista front wheel assist. It's next to another Vista. It's got the Metzger Brothers dealer sticker on it. This is a 69. Next to another Vista with a cab on it, Moline cab. Well, one of the cabs they called Moline. This is a 69 also. Next to a G1000 here, I would say that's probably a 66 by the brown belly on it. And that is correct, that's what the sign says. Next to a G900. This one came from Jansen Farm Equipment in Carlisle, Illinois. next to a 1970 Jetstar 3 Super, which is kind of a rare one to have. A dealer sticker on it. Oh, I can't really make out what it said, but I see Ohio on it. But it's got the white on the front, kind of designated it as a 70. It's got the flat top fenders. It has the frame rails there, which would designate it as a 1970. It was the only year they did that. And then over here, it would have the external steering cylinder. And this is a diesel, which even makes it more rare. I just forgot that they had that diesel. It's pretty neat. Next to a M670, 65 670, which would have been the first year that they switched over. Next to a 602. That one's a 63 602. Then we got a U302 here. Gasoline 302. And then a 64 gas 302. And this is 66 here with the brown belly on it. And we've got it by a 65 Jetstar 3 Super. And then next to another Jet 3, this would be a 64, 65 Jet 3 with the low band. Next to a G706 front wheel assist. Jetstar 2. A lot of these are really nicely done, and the Bergmans are out here all toweling them off this morning. It was a heavy dew last night. Next to another Jetstar 2. And then a brown Jetstar. Next to a 60 GVI or G6. Next to another 60. And then we've got a 1960 M5. They have a little sign up here that kind of talks some of the family history there. Hold it there for a second. And we have a 4-star Super. It's a 59. And we have another 4-star Super. Next to a 5-star. It's got the Lemoyne and the American flag on it there. Next to a 445. That's a 57 445. Next to another 445. And then we have another 445 here. This would be more of an industrial 56. And then walk on over here to the 335. And then a G. And a U. A UTS. It's a 1940 UTS, very nice. 49Z.
And watch it die. And dry his eyes and say maybe next year.
And we got that next to a 53 ZB.
Sheila Hurst with a hunk of car tire, who can make harness out of hay wire, feed sacks, and shoe scraps.
So I'm standing here. I've got to show this sign up here. This is kind of a bittersweet show for the Bergman family. A week or two ago, Cloyd, one of the family members, was unfortunately killed in a car accident. He worked for J&M Trailers, and I know the family was kind of conflicted on even coming to the show because of their loss, but they decided that it was the right thing to do, and they brought all the tractors. So again, thanks a lot to the Bergman family for doing that, and again, very sorry for their loss. I never met Cloyd, but I heard very good stories about him. Here's a 1050 here, and I think on the other side they have a sign asking if they should repaint it red or yellow, trying to get repaint it yellow, repaint it red, or leave it alone. Looks like leave it alone is winning. And behind me here we have a 39 cab DAR. It's very nice. And next to the Bergman's UDLX, which is a very nice restoration on a UDLX. It's a 1938. They've actually got the radio running on the inside. Got the fan, the wood bows across the top. This is a very, very nice restoration of a UDLX. I actually saw a video of this plowing last fall. They hooked a plow to it. And I asked how that went. He said that that cab was not made to see out of. It was very difficult to use, which I can only imagine. Inside of the cab DAR, it's got a little bit better vision out of it. And I'll continue out front here, then we'll have to cut in and out. There's just so many tractors here. We got a 52Z. And then a 48 ZTU. And another ZTU. I'd say this is older. That one's a 38. That would have been my guess. I don't know why, but next to another ZTU, I would say. And then we go into their Twin City tractors, and I am not good on models, so unless they have them listed on here. So this is a 37 JT. And a 35 JT, a 34 KTA. Next to a 34 1728. Next to a 2132. And then it's like a cross motor here. And then we have their 1917 Universal here, hooked up back up to the truck. The truck is 1919, rated at 3/4 ton and 40 horsepower. All right, I'm going to do some of these other ones in here. We have a 57 5-star, and it's got a mounted 3-bottom plow behind it. We have an LS 200 manure spreader. Behind is ZB. And we've got an LS 300 manure spreader behind a 47R. And they got their lit sign up on the mobile lift forklift there. Alright, we've got a Uni Tractor here with the Balemaster 760 attachment on it. I still can't even fathom sitting up there baling all day with all that dust coming straight up into your face, but I guess it was probably better than some of the alternatives. They've got the cart behind it. And then over here they've got their Jet 3 with the roller on the front. So you can see the big hydraulic system here on the back of this. And be a good way to smooth out your yard. Next to a Motrac crawler. Always neat to see the crawlers. And then they've got a plow here. I think it's a flip over plow behind a Z. 52Z. And they've got a mobile scale unit here that they had brought and set up. It's pretty awesome. And then they've got a forklift. I think that's on a Jet 3 body. In fact, I'm sure it's a Jet 3. So that's pretty much the Bergman's display, which I'm surprised I didn't run out of battery on my GoPro here. Here's the backs of all those tractors. Like I said, the Bergman family is busy going around toweling everything off this morning. I'm going to go over and show you the other side of the road here where the rest of the mulling display is. So I think they said they brought 59 tractors, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, we've got a G1000 propane Wheatland. Came out of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Next to a Shepherd diesel, 51 Shepherd diesel, 37 ZTU, and that's in memory of the Smiths out of Findlay, Ohio. It's very nice looking ZTU. Next to a 61 M5 out of Fort Recovery. Next to a 56 445. Next to a UB. This is a 55 UB. This is a pretty nicely done UB here. New tires on the back. Next to a 41 RT with the cultivators on it. All original. It's bought new in Wilshire, Ohio. It's got a little bit of a sign. You'll probably pause your videos if you wanted to read that whole thing. That's pretty neat that it's all original. Next to a 52 ZB, which they've obviously changed the exhaust on that because it's coming out through the middle of the hood, and I don't think they ever made them that way, but I could be wrong. Next to a G900 propane. That one's out of Portland, Indiana. Next to a Massey Ferguson 97, which we all know is really a Moline. Next to a 670, full rack of weights on the front. I'd say this is a 66 670 just based on the, say it's a 68. But being a brown belly, that's what threw me off. Another 670 brown belly. And then a G1000 brown belly. And we got a U here, some big rubber on the back. And then my 70 302 propane. We brought it today. I don't know why, but my sign is down there on the ground. Somebody turned that around. Well, I just fixed that just to show the display of my decals. I don't know, maybe it's against the rules. Got the 112 hydro that was Grandpa's, I brought it, and then Francie Holland's 110 hydro. Next to a big, I think that's a G with duals on it. It is a big, mean looking tractor, GB, yep. Out of Portland, Indiana. Never seen one with duals on it, but that's pretty cool. Next to a 47Z. It's 4th generation that's been in the family. Next to a 69 Jetstar 3 Super. Gasoline. Next to a 61 Jetstar. And next to a Jetstar 2. And then a 63, I think it's a Jetstar, it's a military thing with the magnet on the bottom. They were doing demonstrations yesterday with it out here, showing how the magnet works. It's a 63. And we got a UB here, pretty nice UB. It says it's a 55. And Z. And a 59 445 out of Union City, Ohio. And Matt Rankin's U302 67. Next to a 63 602 out of Parker City, Indiana. Next to a very nice U here. Restored in 2007. Next to a BF Avery, a 48 BF Avery. And we got a Jetstar 3 here. It's got the dealer sticker on it out of Portland, Indiana. and the 49 RTU. '37 ZTU, some long axles.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We do welcome you.
All right, we're getting ready to do the opening here with the national anthem, so I'm going to pause. All right, we got the anthem along with the Canadian anthem and a nice prayer to start the day. We've got a G1355 here, 74. It's Rick Ikes out of Jackson Center, Ohio. Got an M5. This is Richard Kimball's out of West Liberty, Ohio. And a UB Special wide front gas. Next to a little, I don't know if that's which model that is.
We don't do this for everybody, but happy birthday
And then
to our president, Mr. Chris.
inside the tent here, feature tent, there's two UDLXs in here.
Honor as ever.
Another nicely done UDLX. This is Lion Farms UDLX. Next to another Cabdar. And then across the way there we have another UDLX. They've actually got the hood up on it. Got some of the literature. Then we got 3 mowing lawn tractors in here, a 108. That's a 64, a 63, and a 112. In the middle here, there's a couple cases with mowing memorabilia in there. One thing I didn't say is that during the announcements they said there are 159 of the feature tractors here, and there's 470 some other tractors. There's a lot of tractors at this show. It's a 63 602 diesel. It's out of Portland. And then we've got a whole nother line here. 707. And next to another G6. An M5. And a 445. And a 2-stroke golf cart. You don't hear many of those. Another 445. And I'd say this is probably a 335. And a UB. Next to a Z. And another ZTU. The old fenders on it, which are pretty straight. It's a pretty nice looking tractor. Got an R. Kind of out in the middle here, they've got the Empire tractors in here. They got a couple disc plows and a MM sheller up on a trailer here. the back of a lot of those tractors that I just walked around describing. Kind of looking on the inside, looking out. This is the back of the Moline, the magnetic military tractors. It's got a big gear that runs off the back that runs a generator to create the electromagnet. He's got this bucket of metal that he puts down on the ground when he collects with it. So I didn't walk around back here before, but that's kind of what the back end of this tractor looks like. All right, we got a 66 Jet 3 Super. Jerry Glasser out of Moreland, Indiana. It's got a loader on it, a Moline loader. Now, I don't know if that's a Swartz or not. That's a little bit different than my 66 has got on it. The bucket's different, and this way this front end is. Might be an older style, I'm not sure. It's got wheel weights on the back. Yep, so that's kind of making it through all of the Molines right now that are here. I will hopefully go out and do some of the regular tractors out in the field. And yeah, there's just a lot going on here. If you've never come to this show and you live close, there's if you need parts or anything, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of hit miss engines area over there. There's a lot of craft and antique stuff that I think attract a lot of the wives. And then while the men are out looking at tractor parts, and just a lot of different things to do here. One of the things they've got going on here during the days is they have this big mound of dirt, and they bring the crawlers out here and show how they work pushing. They got some other equipment out here. Down there they've got a big digger going. Today, the red tractors, and then tractors of other colors, and around later this afternoon they're running the John Deeres. So they're trying to get the track ready. We're going to go over and see if they get this going. This is for any exhibit or anybody that wants to come out and pull, they can do this.
Luke and that, he weighs 5350 on an Farmall. Taking that weight out makes a big difference, folks. He's got a great pull going. He's getting down there and looking at old Farmall.
All right, we're out in the area where the non-feature tractors are. Just hopped out here. There's a real nice D19 here. Pretty nice Alice display. AC 7000, a couple nice 200s. And then over here we got a 1980 7580 articulated. Came out of Schmidt Machine Company in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. So we were driving by earlier, there's a real nice D10 here. I thought I would come over and see real quick. It's parked next to a really nice D21 also. 175 next to 170. So pretty nice showing of those, and we got a couple nice Olivers. Got an 1850 Oliver there with the 5-bottom plow. Got a G over there, and then another 200 with a cab on it here. So it's kind of tractors all over the place. I think they said there were over 400 of these out here. Still out here in the field, came across a nice 190. Seems like AC's got a good representation here, although there are a bunch of deers with duals lined up over there. But I also saw this D21 here with duals on it. Series 2. Next to another nice 190. So yeah, there's a good showing of all colors here. As much as it hurts me to walk over here to these green ones, I'm gonna do it. After all the comments I've gotten about bringing my gator here, driving something green around, but some very nice restored John Deeres here, a 4010, a 4020. They got duals on this little H and a B and a 50 and a 60. Put a lot of money in rubber to dual all those up. And then big 1256 here that's been restored. Did a nice job on it. $1968. Nice A. It's got duals on it. And a blue tractor down here. So yeah, we're having fun. A lot of people here. It's kind of a good day. It kind of clouded up just a little. It's making perfect weather. Nice breeze. So we're having fun. We're going to keep going around the show here and checking things out. One of the things that's here is this Big Blue. Used to be a feed delivery truck, was built in 2007. Custom creation here of Jim Thornburg. Kind of an interesting take. And you got a little tractor here too that's homemade, 1950, built to sow wheat between corn rows to double crop. That's a pretty neat little piece too. All kinds of different things here. Came on down the way here, there's a CA hooked up, or I guess it's the WD-45 here. It's hooked up to a 56 all crop harvester. It's owned by Stewart Farms in Portland here, so it's pretty neat, and it's next to a roto baler, also behind a WD-45, also owned by the Stewart Farms. So two pieces of Alice Chalmers implement history. pretty neat to see. It's also a 706 propane here, which is, as we just discussed, Moline did, again, a much better job with their tanks than anybody else. And then there's another WD-45 here that's a dual fuel, propane and gasoline, it looks like. They got the propane tank out front, and they still have a gas tank on it. It's kind of unique. Something else, a Farmall 240 here with the single front wheel. It's kind of a different setup than you normally would see. Some other ones, there's a 400 here, Super H. I'm not sure that's a Super H because the battery's not underneath the seat like I thought they were, but I'm no red expert. And there's an 880 with a Oliver 4-bottom plow behind it. The 550 with a loader. And we got some nice John Deere's down here. 4320. They're doing cutting some things with chainsaws, and they got the sawmill going. So just all kinds of stuff going on here today. They got a Eclipse steam tractor here running the sawmill. We got Steve Stools, BF Avery out here. He's big on helping run the sawmill here, and he's putting it to work. Came from his family's implements there in Albany, Ohio. And Steve's inside here helping. This is a really nice sawmill here. One of the other things they do here is they plow. They've already kind of plowed this and packed it, and they're plowing again. There's an Oliver going over there. I think that was that 1850 with a 5-bottom. And we got that 1206, I think, that I showed before. He's coming down through here. He was struggling with no weight. He had it pretty deep, and it was just pulling the tractor over because he didn't have any weight on there. But they've been running a lot of different tractors down through here. I've walked over here. This is the engine area, and you can see they're very well known for their engines. There's hundreds and hundreds of these engines here, all different sizes. So kind of neat to see so many engines in one spot. All right, we're on Friday. We've been running around. This show's been great. We've been so busy with things, but while we're here, I wanted to point out a couple things that we've found of interest. Looking at these front ends, we're kind of looking at some of the Bergman's tractors here. So this is a 302 66. You can see the amount of distance it is between the tube and the axle there where the spindle goes. So we were kind of looking at some of these other, and coming up on this 302, where you can see that there's a much bigger space there, so it drops that middle tube down and would lower the front end down. So we're kind of looking again. There's a 602 here, same thing, and they have an early 670. It's got the drop down on it, some spider webs there, and then Wesley's 70 Jetstar also has the same thing. So kind of what we figured out, and by talking around, and we believe to be true, is that this was an option to kind of lower the front ends down. Most of us know the Molines kind kind of ride a little high in the front end. So it would be a way to lower the front end down and then make them ride a little bit lower. One of the other things that we noticed just kind of walking around is always, you know, you can put a belt pulley on these, but we were talking about we'd never really seen a belt pulley on one of these. Well, on this Jet 3 over here, doesn't have a 3-point on it. It's got the different hydraulic system on the Type E, but it does have a belt pulley on there. So that was kind of neat to see. See one. I think I've seen them in pictures before, but this is the first one we've seen in person like that. So while I was kind of wandering around here, I wanted to film that. We spent a lot of time this morning out here looking at this tumblebug plow, figuring out how it works, and I think we figured out how the whole thing took some very serious engineering to figure out how to make that plow work. So anyway, we're gonna keep doing some things here. We're getting ready to wrap up. I tell you, this has been a great show. It's a big show. You definitely need to come early and plan on staying days, because it's a lot like Half Century of Progress. You can't do this in one day. You could, you just wouldn't be doing it justice. Talked to a lot of Moline people here, and we've been having a lot of fun.
Stay around, because then we'll run the winners of each.
We've got electricity, one of the marvels of the 21st century. Our winner and slowest in the first heat, Andy works Ashley, I believe, Ohio, on a Minneapolis Moline new 302. We got 3 heats going today. The slowest one of each heat will come back for a heads-off runoff to see who's the slowest. Right now, we got Rick Sayer, Ridgeville, Indiana, on his John Deere B. Alex Bose on the WD-45 Alice Chalmers, which is already on his way back from Uni City, Ohio. Cole Bergman from Fort Recovery on Minneapolis Moline Z. Appears to be the slowest in this heat so far. This is a slow race. You want to be slow. You want to be the last one down there. If your tractor dies, like the Alice Chalmers CA in the first heat, you're done for the day, at least for this heat. Back out, I got them mixed up again somehow here. With Aaron Bergman from St. Henry on a 5-star. Is anybody else as confused as I am about what's going on here? Seems pretty slow when it's a barn lot, doesn't it, fellas?
Robin, racing or not? Something like that.
Okay, coming back in our third final heat will be Andy Words on the Minneapolis Moline 302, Cole Bergman on the Minneapolis Moline Z. Anybody starting to see a pattern here? Here we go. They're off. The Moline is slowest.
And the fastest.
I asked this question at our poll a week ago in Randolph County. How many of you folks watching got a 4-door pickup truck? I got one. Who's got a 4-door pickup truck? Anybody? Everybody. Brian Hazelbaker does. All right. I know you guys are just like me. Oh, do we have a dying problem? Well, we're down to 2. How many of you have taken your 4-door pickup truck and you went to the store and you came out and you opened up the door on the left side and your steering wheel was gone? Who's done that? Who's done that? And then you realize there's another door that has a steering wheel. I was at Walmart, I hate to admit. I felt kind of bad. I looked around and realized I did not have my pajamas on, which is a good thing. So remember that, if you got a 4-door pickup and you come up from the back, count. Count 1, that's not the one with the steering wheel, the second one is. Looks like we got a head-to-head race here. The U302 out of Ashland, Ohio. Andy Wirtz. The Z out of Fort Recovery, Ohio, Cole Bergman. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the both Bergmans for bringing parties and parties load of Minneapolis Moleys to the feature area. If you haven't seen them, get over there and see them. How many tractors did you bring, Cole? 80, 70, 80?
62.
How many?
62, he said.
62? Well, my math's also good. They got a real nice display. It's not just tractors over there. Get over there and see what they have. After this hard stopping event, we'll be having a chain game. Andy Works will be participating in that as well for the Minneapolis Bowling 302. He's looking for a clean sweep of our games today. Okay, we've got a winner. Okay, I'm untangled. Andy Works is showing us how it's done out here with the Minneapolis Bowling 302. Actually, I'll have... It may be tough to see the square on the ground there, but I hopefully I've explained that. You can see what's supposed to happen out here. It's happening. They're doing to see who can do it the quickest. Our next contestant is going to be Gene Young out of Union City, Indiana. He's going to be our Alice Chalmers CA slow race competitor, 2-foot finisher.
The back wheels. Now this is where it goes fun right here with that chain. See it running over.
Okay, folks, there we talked about the wide front end tractors and the narrow front end tractors. Advantage of this. Now he's up it. He's on the chain. Now we're heading the right direction, trying to get this chain popped in and going into the box. Taking her back to full recovery, Ohio as we speak. Nope, come on. get along well. We'll see if the chain will cooperate with it.
That's a brother laughing at another brother right there.
This competition is more serious when it's split with family. That's why we're not going on out there. Especially with your neighbor and family. It hurts less when you get beat by a stranger. If you've been talking to me, you haven't seen many strangers. You haven't seen many strangers I am anyway. This is going to death. We're there. Here we go. They're off. Appears these Berkman boys might be a hair competitive. Matthew Smith has the right attitude. He said, I'm not winning, but I'm having fun. I think that's what we're here for. Oh, the 302 said I can go a little slower. Whoops. Cole's breathing a hair easier, I see. If you've got a tractor you want to enter in this reverse slow race, you've got a couple minutes. Better hurry up. Looks like they're racing toward the finish line.
That's my board.
Oh, couple feet away.
It's not every day you get to see a cabbed R in a slow race.
Let's let the clutch out. Engage it and leave it engaged, please. I know it's faster, I know it's slower the other way. Good looking machine there, that Moline R. Pretty tough crowd. This is the first time we have games here. My track crew, they're well experienced in this gaming. So if you can come up with a way to cheat that we haven't done or caught on to, let us know. We like to know all the options available. We won't call it cheating, we'll call it bending the rules. It sounds more politically correct. Okay, the W6 moves on. Go, 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 go!
Don't kill him or don't stop.
Did he get farther this time than he did in the slow race? Forward? Another foot farther. Okay. Matthew Rankin, pull that thing back up to the line. Okay, fellas, let's have Cole Bergman up here with the Minneapolis Moline Z.
Slow race.
Got caught.
Somebody just yelled no cheating. I don't know about that.
Here we go. Side by side. Just like 3 or 4 wide at Talladega. Now somebody's been there and seen that like I have. It's a pretty impressive parade lap, isn't it?
I think it's one of those electric ones. I don't hear it.
Cole just did some tweaking on the carb just before this last race, and he had that thing idled down to next to nothing. You can't even hear it running right now.
He's about halfway. I've seen him having a talk with it over there about behaving and not dying or anything.
At least the 302 is going to beat the W6.
Okay, looks like we wound up.
Kind of a good way to end the show. We're out here getting ready to load up. Got the G out there, discing. Straight pipe on it, sounds really good. We just concluded the tractor games. We had a great day. We had a lot of fun. If you're thinking about coming to Portland, I would highly suggest it. We had a great time. Definitely don't try to do it in one day. Take the time, come, spend a couple days. From the tractor pulling track to where the vendors are selling the tractor parts, the feature tractors over in the middle. Got this dirt hill here with the construction equipment. You got the excavators going over there, all the rest of the tractors. And then clear on the other side of those trees over there is where all the antique dealers and different things are. We took an hour-and-a-half walk through there yesterday. My wife came up and we had a great time. There are a lot of really neat things to see. There's a little bit of something here for everybody at Portland. There's antiques for everyone to look at. There's tractor parts for everyone to look at, mostly us guys. And, you know, excavating equipment and construction equipment and tractor pulls, and yeah, this is a great show. So my suggestion, don't just talk about it, come and do it. Give yourself a couple days and you won't regret it. All right, until the next video.